Years have passed, and I've changed in every way, except this one part of me that still loves you exactly the same. I have changed my hair and changed my city. I have changed my mind on almost everything. I have grown and shed and built and broken and grown again through almost everything. But somewhere underneath all the becoming, beneath the years and all the new I've found, there is a room that hasn't changed its furniture, a room where you are still the only sound. I don't live there anymore, I want you to know. I have a whole life outside of that room now, but the door is always there, and sometimes I open it and find that I am still somehow, still somehow, I am still the person who loved you. Even after all the people I have been, I am still the person who loved you. And that version of me lives just underneath the skin. I have loved others and I have been loved well. I have built a life that genuinely is fine. I am still the person who loved you, and I think a part of me always will be, always will be that person who loved you. I don't say this as a wound or as a warning. I say it as a fact about the heart, that some people become part of your construction and stay there even when you've lived apart. You are in the way I love, in the way I speak, in the music that I reach for when I'm low. You are in the standard that I hold love to, even now and all the years ago. I don't live there anymore, I want you to know. I have a whole life outside of that room now, but the door is always there, and sometimes I open it and find that I am still somehow, still somehow, I am still the person who loved you. Even after all the people I have been, I am still the person who loved you. And that version of me lives just underneath the skin. I have loved others and I have been loved well. I have built a life that genuinely is fine. I am still the person who loved you, and I think a part of me always will be. Maybe that's not sad, maybe that's just human, that the loves that shaped us never fully leave. Maybe carrying the person that you loved me is not a wound but just a way to be. And I hold you like a season I passed through that made me everything I am today. I am still the person who loved you, and I am also so much more than only that, so much more than only that. I am still the person who loved you, and I have made my peace with that today. I am still the person who loved you, and that is not a tragedy. I find some loves become a permanent foundation, not a dwelling but the ground beneath my feet. I am still the person who loved you, and that person made me whole, made loved who you could be so completely that I forgot to love who you actually were. I saw the person living in your eyes, the one who hadn't quite arrived yet fully. I loved that version with a wild devotion and waited for the real one rather foolishly. You tried to tell me who you were already, but I was too in love with what I saw ahead. I kept rearranging what was real between us to fit the beautiful idea in my head. And that's the cruelest love of all, perhaps the one that loves a person not yet born, that waits for someone to become their vision and grieves them when they choose to stay the form. I fell in love with your potential and lost you to reality. I fell in love with your potential, and that wasn't fair to you or me. You were exactly who you said you were. I just refused to hear it fully. I fell in love with your potential and spent our whole love loving someone who was never really there, who was never really there. I grieve us differently than other endings. I grieve the version I was sure was coming. I grieve my uncertainty more than your absence, the faith I had in something I kept running toward a horizon that kept shifting. The you I built from scraps of what I'd seen. I'm sorry that I loved you like a project. I'm sorry for the space that lived between what you were and what I needed you to become. And that's the cruelest love of all, perhaps the one that loves a person not yet born, that waits for someone to become their vision and grieves them when they choose to stay the form. I fell in love with your potential and lost you to reality. I fell in love with your potential, and that wasn't fair to you or me. You deserve someone who loved your present self, not someone always reaching past you now. I fell in love with your potential, and I'm learning what love actually is supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like. Love is not a renovation project. Love is not a canvas for your dreams. Love is standing in the actual morning with the person that the person actually seems. And I am learning this the hard and honest way, by losing you to who you always were, by finally seeing clearly past my wanting the real you, standing where I didn't look before. Real and whole, already complete, already enough, already there. I fell in love with your potential, but you were always more than that to me. I fell in love with your potential, and somewhere in there loved you actually. I'm sorry that I couldn't see you fully. I'm sorry that my love had such conditions. I fell in love with your potential, and I'm learning now to love what's real and present. What's real and present, that is love. Sorry, you were enough, you always were. Forgive me. keep loving you in secret. Every day I see you, and every day I say nothing, and every day the love gets heavier. Secret love, silent longing, soft female vocals. Every day I see you, every day I say nothing, and every day the love gets heavier. I've become an expert at the ordinary, the casual hello, the easy smile. I've learned to stand beside you without trembling, and love you from inside a paper mile. I know the coffee that you always order, I know the song you hum without a thought, I know the way your whole face changes laughing, and none of this was something that I sought. It arrived like seasons do without announcing. One morning you were just inside my chest, and now I carry you through every Tuesday. A love I never asked for and can't rest. I keep loving you in secret, in the spaces where your name sits in my mind. I keep loving you in secret, in the every time I almost and don't find the words, the moment, the impossible opening to say the thing that lives behind my eyes. I keep loving you in secret, and the secret is the heaviest thing I've ever tried to hide. Ever tried to hide. I watch you talk about the things you're dreaming. I nod along and wish that I was in them. I celebrate the good things in your life. I'm just close enough to feel the brightness dim. Some days I think you might suspect something, a glance that lingers just a breath too long. But then the moment passes into nothing, and I go back to where I've always belonged. In the silence, in the secret, in the heavy. It arrived like seasons do without announcing. One morning you were just inside my chest, and now I carry you through every Tuesday. A love I never asked for and can't rest. I keep loving you in secret, in the spaces where your name sits in my mind. I keep loving you in secret, in the every time I almost and don't find the words, the moment, the impossible opening to say the thing that lives behind my eyes. I keep loving you in secret, and the secret is the heaviest thing I've ever tried to hide. Maybe I will tell you in a different life, maybe somewhere I am brave enough to try. Maybe there's a version where the words come easy, and you look at me the way I look at you inside. But in this life I carry it like treasure, a love too precious and too scared to spend. I keep loving you in secret, and I think I always will, until the very end. I keep loving you in secret, in the space faces where your name sits in my mind. I keep loving you in secret, in the every time I almost am. Don't find the words, keep living where you'll never find them. A love that only I will ever know. I keep loving you in secret, and secrets like this one never really go, never really go. In secret, every day the love gets heavier. In secret. Every time I walked away, you finally showed me everything I had been waiting for. And every time I came back, it disappeared. Pattern started quietly enough. You'd drift until I reached the door, and just as I was stepping into leaving, you'd give me everything and so much more. The calls, the letters, all the things I wanted, the promises that tasted like the real. And I would turn around and come back every time, because the leaving you was all it took to feel. You only loved me at the edge of losing. You only opened up when I was gone. And I kept walking to the door and stopping, 'cause the love at the door was all I'd known. You loved me most when I was leaving, at the threshold, at the closing of the door. You loved me most when I was leaving, and gave me everything I'd waited for. But love that only lives in my departure is not a home I wanna keep inside. You loved me most when I was leaving, and I finally walked out and kept on walking. This time, kept on walking all the way outside. I understand the fear that made you do it. The losing me was real, and so the love. But love that needs the thread of lost to surface is love that lives too far below above. I wanted ordinary Tuesday mornings, not extraordinary, desperate at the door. I wanted you to love me in the middle, not just when I was leaving, wanting more. You only loved me at the edge of losing. You only opened up when I was gone. And I kept walking to the door and stopping, 'cause the love at the door was all I'd known. You loved me most when I was leaving, at the threshold, at the closing of the door. You loved me most when I was leaving, and gave me everything I waited for. But love that only lives in my departure is not a home I wanna keep inside. You loved me most when I was leaving, and I finally walked out and kept on walking. This time, kept on walking all the way outside. I don't hate you for the way you loved me. I understand that fear can look like nothing until the thing it scared of starts to happen, and then it floods you with its everything. But I deserve the love on ordinary Tuesdays, not the love that came only at the end. And I have finally learned to keep on walking past the door and past the love that wouldn't last. Past the door. You loved me most when I was leaving, and I finally learned to keep on going. You loved me most when I was leaving, and now I'm gone and neither of us knowing what comes next, what comes after, what comes through. But I choose a love that loves me when I stay. You loved me most when I was leaving, and I finally love myself enough to walk away, enough to walk away, enough. You loved me leaving, I kept walking. I love myself enough to walk away. I built my whole world around you, and then I had to watch you become someone else's everything. You were the place I went when I was tired, the voice I heard before I closed my eyes, the first thought in the morning and the last one, the person that I oriented my life beside. I didn't notice it was happening that slowly, the way you become someone's entire ground, until the day you weren't there anymore, and I discovered I had forgotten how to be found. You were my north, you were my orientation, the fixed point everything was measured from. And when you left I had to learn the compass all over from the very broken numb. You were my home and now you're someone else's. I see the warmth you give them from a distance. You were my home and now you're someone else's. And I am learning how to build from nothing. Every familiar thing you were to me, you are to someone new and they don't know. You were my home and now you're someone else's. And I am somewhere learning how to call a place home that doesn't have your name in it, that doesn't have your name. I passed the places that were ours together, they haven't changed but I no longer fit. The coffee shop, the park, the winter market, all standing there not knowing we called it quits. I've started building small new orientations, a morning ritual, a corner that is mine. It doesn't feel like home yet, but it's something, a life I'm slowly learning how to find. You were my north, you were my orientation, the fixed point everything was measured from. And when you left I had to learn the compass all over from the very broken numb. You were my home and now you're someone else's. I see the warmth you give them from a distance. You were my home and now you're someone else's. And I am learning how to build from nothing. place home. Home is not a person, they say eventually. Home is something you build inside yourself. But nobody tells you how long that construction takes, or how much rubble you must move yourself. I am moving rubble daily, I want you to know I am building something slowly in this space. And someday I will stand inside a life that's mine, and not feel the ghost of you in every place. Not feel the ghost. Not anymore. Someday, someday, you were my home and now you're someone else's. And I am finally building one of mine. You were my home and now you're someone else's. And I am learning that is perfectly fine. Every wall I build is one that's truly mine. Now every room I make belongs to only me. You were my home and now you're someone else's. And I am becoming my own.